For many women, HRT is seen as a godsend, but it's not for everyone. In this report for the British Menopause Society, we speak to the woman living with a breast cancer diagnosis who felt excluded from the conversation and find out about the HRT alternatives that are helping to alleviate her symptoms.
Susan Duty was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2018. The treatment was gruelling, but she got through it, helped by the love and support of her family. She was then faced with another battle: menopause.
This started actually after the treatment had all finished. I started then thinking, okay, life's going to get back to normal now. But actually it didn't. I started with the full-on menopause symptoms then. So the brain fog was still there, the low moods were still there. I was getting worse migraines than usual, and hot flashes were coming on 24 a day. It was just an absolute nightmare.
1 in 8 people are diagnosed with breast cancer. Cancer treatments can lead to an early menopause, but hormone replacement therapy is not routinely recommended to women living with estrogen-dependent cancers, such as breast and ovarian, because of a link between estrogen levels and cancer growth. In recent years, the menopause and HRT has become a hot topic, with TV shows and celebrities opening up about how it's impacted their lives. But the conversation has not been open to everyone.
I felt totally excluded. I feel like a lot of the emphasis has been on HRT. You know, it's like the magic ticket for a positive life post-menopause, and you know, that's not available to some of us. You feel a little bit like you are left out of the loop somehow, as though you don't count. And I think it's so important because I am not the only person who has breast cancer.
Susan, a professor at King's College London, received a medication which halved the number of hot flushes, but all the menopause symptoms combined made her life and work unbearable. She was then referred to Professor Anne McGregor, a specialist in menopause.
Thank you ever so much for the conversation we had last week.
It's a really sad situation at the moment because there is a sense of potentially the only way you're ever going to get through menopause and out the other side and reach old age is through taking HRT, and that just is not the case.
With Anne's help, Susan is now taking back control of her life.
I'm taking medication to cut down my hot flushes. I am reading a lot about self-help guides to help manage my symptoms. I'm going off for bone density scans to keep an eye on the development of potential osteoporosis. And I'm living at the moment a better life than I have been.
Menopause usually lasts around 7 years, but can be as long as 14 years. That's a long time to suffer without help.
I think it's fantastic that there's all this information and news about the menopause, but we've got to change this message. We've got to change this message from, if you have menopause symptoms, you need to take HRT. The message has to be, you have menopause symptoms. There are all these options that you can choose from moving forward. So HRT is one of those options, and not everybody wants to take HRT, and even those women who can't take HRT should not be left feeling that their lives are going to fall apart because HRT is apparently the only option to manage menopause. It's just not like that at all.
I spoke to the oncologist.
Susan is now hopeful for herself and others.
Talk to your oncologist. Yes, you'll be like me, I'm sure, grateful that you're recovering from the breast cancer, but don't accept a suboptimal life. Speak with your oncologist, and hopefully there is a similar service where you are, and you can start to get some help in the way that I'm getting now to treat your symptoms.